This is Valley News Live at noon.
New information this afternoon on a major crash on the interstate this morning. All lanes are now back open on Interstate 94 near Rothsay. It was shut down for several hours this morning after a semi rolled and caused quite the mess on the interstate. The semi came to rest across the interstate and upside down. The contents of the trailer scattered across the road and in the ditch. Westbound traffic had to be detoured between exits 38 and 32 for a few hours. Sergeant Jesse Grabo says amazingly, no one was hurt. Well, as of this morning, almost all of the statewide COVID restrictions are now lifted in Minnesota. You can now see it in bold in the state's COVID website. Remaining capacity limits on indoor spaces were lifted overnight. The mask mandate was relaxed earlier this month. So what restrictions still remain? Now, if you live in a city that still requires a face mask in public or visit a business that still requires it, you will have to honor those rules. Most public transportation, like buses and planes, still require face coverings. And the Department of Health recommends everyone still wear a mask in healthcare settings, correctional facilities, and shelters. The governor says the state is offering incentives to Minnesotans who get vaccinated by July 1st. The campaign is aiming to get 70% of Minnesotans ages 16 and up vaccinated. And you could win 2 tickets to the Minnesota State Fair, a fishing license good until next year, admission to the Minnesota Zoo, or a Visa gift card. Well, plenty of sunshine to expect, and it's a great way to begin the long Memorial weekend. Let's check in with meteorologist Nathan Hopper. Nathan, it's finally Friday.
Yeah, we made it through the business week. It was a cold start to our Friday, though. Look at some of these recorded temperatures we got from this morning. Stephen, Minnesota, 17 degrees. I had to asterisk that one because that came from a river gauge site, so that temperature may not be exactly accurate. But Williams, Minnesota, 21 degrees, that coldest temperature there. Goodridge, 24 degrees, Bemidji, 24, Roosevelt also at 24 degrees. Then another round of names here on the list in the middle 20s, Rolla, Olga, Holt, Badura. Definitely a chilly one to start. Now here's current temperatures. 50s for everybody, near 60 in Fargo. Sunshine making it feel pretty good across the region. Still cool towards areas like Fergus Falls and Wahpeton in the lower 50s, but a marked improvement from where we started out the day. Now, satellite radar shows things quiet. Maybe a few clouds there toward Mobridge, up toward Bismarck, but that's about it. We are crystal clear and quiet in the skies at this hour. Now, looking ahead to that long weekend Brian was just mentioning, your Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, we are going to be cool. We are watching a cool front, though, making its way through around the midday hours. So I think in the morning and at night, we'll be pretty quiet, but we will see the chance of some showers or thunder there for Saturday. Maybe some lingering showers early on Sunday, but then sunshine takes over for the rest of the day. Sunday, mid-70s, Brian, for Memorial Day itself, upper 70s, lower 80s for Monday.
Sounds pretty exciting, getting ready for the Memorial Weekend. We'll come back with you and find out even more about it.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Nathan. Well, convicted sex offender from Detroit Lakes is on the run and now a wanted fugitive. The Minnesota Department of Corrections says Robert Baca has been on the run since May 15th. He was convicted of felony criminal sexual conduct in Becker County and has since been charged with violating sex offender registration requirements multiple times. And if you know anything about his whereabouts, give authorities a call. The city of Fargo sent letters to people living in the Deer Creek neighborhood asking them to remove their docks, paddle boats, and other personal items from a storm retention pond shoreline. People we talked to say they are confused and frustrated that their children will no longer be allowed to play on the pond. Fargo city engineers say it's not a place for recreational activity and is meant to collect rainfall, including pollutants like gas, oil, and waste. Now, in that letter, city engineers asked the residents to have all dock segments, paddle boats, and other recreational items removed from the shoreline by June 15th. The Senate is expected to up the January 6th commission bill today after a delay on another bill went late into the night. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Eternal God.
Chaplain Barry Black opened the Senate session Friday morning as emotions remain high over a bill to create a 9/11-style commission to investigate the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol.
Remind our senators that history is strewn with the wreckage of nations that ignored liberating truth.
Republican leaders opposed to the bill argue that Democrats will use the commission for political gains and say there are other investigations already underway.
I do not believe the additional extraneous commission that Democratic leaders want would uncover crucial new facts or promote healing.
But not everyone in the party agrees. Senator Lisa Murkowski says an independent commission is still needed.
We just can't pretend that nothing bad happened or that people just got too excitable. Something bad happened, and it's important to lay that out.
Friends and family of fallen Capitol Police officer Brian Sicknick met with Republican lawmakers Thursday, pleading with them to support the legislation.
This is supposed to uphold the Constitution, and right now I don't think they're doing it.
Sicknick was one of 3 officers seen here being sprayed with a chemical agent and attacked during the violent assault on the Capitol by supporters of former President Trump. The medical examiner ruled Sicknick died from natural causes, suffering 2 strokes. U.S. Capitol Police say it doesn't change the fact that he died in the line of duty.
If January 6th didn't happen, Brian would still be here. Plain and simple.
Democrats accuse Republicans of playing politics, trying to distance themselves from the deadly attack. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The 2 men have been charged in the assault on Officer Brian Sicknick. Well, campsites at the Medora campground sold out more than 100 nights in a row last year, and now crews are adding 50 new sites to the campground, complete with full camper hookups. Medora staff said they want to offer the outdoor experience to tourists visiting the historic town. Outdoor concerts at Medora's many stages will also return, along with wagon rides and outdoor activities at the Chante de Mores. Well, many people plan to travel out of town for the weekend, but there are a few things to think about before you jump in that car. Expect more travel overall this year, with more locations being open, and with that extra traffic on the roads, be sure to leave plenty of space between vehicles. Construction projects are popping up everywhere, so expect delays. And even if crews aren't on scene, you still need to drive with caution through construction zones.
Crews might not be working over the weekend. But those construction sites, you're still potentially going to come up to, closed roads, barricades. So even though there might not be crews there, those active work zones are still up and running.
To check travel routes and delays throughout the state of Minnesota, just download the 511 app. Well, the North Dakota Highway Patrol and Grand Forks Sheriff's Office are conducting a sobriety checkpoint today. The idea is to remove impaired drivers from the road. Saturation patrols are also being conducted today and tomorrow in Grand Forks County. And though through May 15th of this year, 30 people have already died on North Dakota roads. 11 were related to crashes involving alcohol. Another pop-up food pantry is happening in West Fargo today. It's a collaboration between the Great Plains Food Bank, YWCA, and Lutheran Church of the Cross. Anyone is welcome to drive or walk up to the mobile food pantry. It's today from 1 to 3 in the parking lot of Lutheran Church of the Cross. Food items include fresh fruits and veggies, meat, dairy, bakery, and shelf-stable items. If you're in the mood for some country music this weekend, you may want to take a road trip to the Knockin' Boots Festival in McIntosh, Minnesota. The Bad Campers are performing tonight, and tomorrow is full of events and concerts, including Michael Twitty and an after party with Little Bobby. On Sunday, you can catch Cadillac Country and Blind Joe. This event is hosted by Little Bobby, who is a legally blind blues singer who's purchased Little Bobby's Bar and Grill in McIntosh last year. He's toured with many of the artists performing this weekend. Well, coming up at noon, a new turbine designed to generate wind power. The inventor claims it's effective and safer for wildlife. And Memorial Weekend is beginning, so what can we expect with the weather? Weather next to Plan Your Day with meteorologist Nathan Hopper.